December 14th, 2025. Belgorod region. The morning began for the Russian command with the realization of a terrible reality. Near the village of Verkhny Olshanets, the pride of the Russian military-industrial complex ceased to exist. Two launchers of the S-400 anti-aircraft missile system, which were marching on Belgorod, turned into frozen metal skeletons. We are used to sensational headlines, but this event is unique. This is not just a successful strike. It is a demonstration of how technology worth a few $1,000s can neutralize strategic assets worth hundreds of millions. Why was the triumph helpless? How did 6 Ukrainian RAM X drones get through the echelon defense? And why does this operation put an end to Russia's export ambitions? Today, we will conduct a detailed analysis of the operation of the 15th Separate Artillery Reconnaissance Brigade Black Forest. You are watching Combat Invasion. Let's dive into the architecture of modern combat. To understand the significance of what happened in Olshanka, we must look back to the past. The S-400 was created not just as a weapon, but as a symbol. It was Russia's response to American stealth technology. In the early 2000s, the Kremlin declared, "We have created a system that sees everything." The S-400 Triumph became the successor to the Soviet S-300, but with enormous changes in digital signal processing. It was taught to work with ballistics and cruise missiles at ultra-low altitudes. The Russians invested billions of dollars to convince the world that the S-400 dome is impenetrable. Turkey went in a conflict with NATO over these systems. India spent over $5 billion. But there is one nuance that Almazani's marketers kept quiet about. Any air defense system is a static object. When the S-400 is in position, it is formidable. But when it is on the move, when its radars are turned off and its missiles are in transport containers, it becomes a large, unwieldy truck carrying explosives. It was at this vulnerable moment that Black Force. Let's take a look at the target. In Olshanka, 5 P-85 SM-2-01 installations were destroyed and damaged. This is not just an S-400. It is a deep modernization that has only begun to be delivered to the troops in recent years. The main difference of this modification is complete digitalization. It has a new computing system that reduces the time from target detection to missile launch to a matter of seconds. It is equipped with improved hydraulic supports and a new communication system. Such a machine is the heart of air defense. It works in close conjunction with 92 N6E long-range radars. The loss of such a unit is not just the loss of one machine. It is the loss of a hub that coordinates the work of dozens of other launchers. It's like knocking out a giant sigh. Without the SM-2 launcher, the entire division becomes half-blind and helpless. Now, let's talk about why the explosion in Olshanka was so powerful. The installations were carrying 48 N6DM anti-aircraft guided missiles. These are ballistic missiles designed to intercept targets at a range of up to 250 kilometers. Each such missile is a 2-ton projectile. 1.5 tons of this weight is solid rocket fuel. It is a specific mixture of ammonium perchlorate and aluminum powder. When the RAM X Kamikaze drone hits such a container, it doesn't just cause a fire. It triggers a process that physicists call thermal runaway. The combustion temperature of this fuel exceeds 3,000 degrees Celsius. The metal of the launcher, which is designed for high loads, begins to flow like hot chocolate at such temperatures. That is why there are no remains of the launchers in Olshanka, only molten puddles of metal on the asphalt. It was not just a detonation, it was a miniature volcano caused by a precise hit. Why Verkhny Olshanets? Let's conduct an OSINT analysis. This village is located on an important logistics route to Belgorod. The Russian command tried to urgently deploy air defense systems to close the gaps after successful attacks by the armed forces of Ukraine on airfields. Verkhny Olshanets has the ideal geography for an ambush. Here, the road passes through a small lowland with a forest belt. From the Ukrainian side, this allows drones to approach at extremely low altitudes, hiding behind the terrain and trees. The S-400 long-range radars cannot see targets moving below 20 meters above the ground due to the so-called horizon curvature. The occupiers believed that the forest would protect them from visual observation, but they forgot about the 15th Black Forest Brigade. Our scouts have been tracking this convoy since it left. Every stop, every refueling, everything was under control. Now meet the main character of this operation, RAM X. Many call it Ukraine's answer to Lancet, but this statement underestimates the capabilities of our weapon. RAM X is a product of a new era. Its main feature is a passive guidance system. It does not emit any signals that could be detected by Russian electronic warfare systems. But the most important thing is the artificial intelligence on board. 6 drones were used in this operation. It was a swarm tactic. The drones communicate with each other via an encrypted channel. One drone acts as the commander, assigning targets. The AI algorithm analyzes the video stream in real time. When a convoy enters the field of view, the system itself identifies where the cover vehicle is and where the precious S-400 launcher is. In Olshanka, RAM X demonstrated its ability to ignore the Russian Pol-21 system. When the drone entered the jamming zone, it simply switched to autonomous mode and finished off the target using visual coordinates. This is the death of classic air defense. Let's reconstruct the chronology of events. The convoy enters the strike zone near Verkhny Olshanets. The first RAM X dives toward the main launcher. The strike hits the front of the tractor. The multi-ton machine loses control and crashes into a ditch, blocking the road for others. Chaos ensues. Russian soldiers try to deploy anti-drone guns, but a second RAM X is already hitting the rear of the column, destroying the escort vehicle. The decisive moment. 2 drones crash into the missile tubes of the second S-400 installation within 2 seconds of each other. A chain reaction detonation begins. The explosion is so powerful that windows are blown out of houses within a 3-kilometer radius. The sky above Olshanets turned white from the burning rocket fuel. 2 more RAM X drones finish off the damaged equipment, leaving no chance for evacuation. In 2 minutes, Russia lost $250 million worth of equipment. What does this mean for us? First, Belgorod's air defense system now has a huge hole that cannot be closed. The way is open for our surprises. Second, it's a reputation disaster for Russia on the global arms market. Now every customer in the world knows. Your billions spent on S-400s are money down the drain if Ukrainian brains and 6 inexpensive drones are working against you. The 15th Black Forest Brigade has proven once again, we see everything. We know where you're going. And we have something to meet you with. Thank you for watching this great analysis. Subscribe to Combat Invasion, like it, and write in the comments what you think about the new drone swarm tactics. See you soon.